And verily I say unto you, fuck this virus. Right. So, in this time of real or supposed uncertainty, I would like to thank the great organization of Costco for supplying me with all of the friends that I need, including my best friend right here. She has in fact brought some friends. This Russian bitch. This Caribbean bitch. I don't know. Whoever the hell this white bitch is, Hispanic maybe, I don't know, whatever. Valley girl bitch, I guess, I don't know, whatever. Thank you, Costco, for these bitches. Now, all is well in every palace of the realm. I have no problem with this social distancing, which actually is not social at all. There's actually more social activity going on online now more than ever. Physical distancing, though, was never a problem for me because I never was really physically close to anyone. So all is well, again, in every palace of the realm. And thank you, great Costco, for that. Let it also be known that I actually do not drink. I am actually not an alcoholic. This is actually my girl's idea to get all this stuff. I wouldn't have gotten this on my own. I have taken a liking to this. Perhaps me being Jamaican has something to do with it. I don't know. But yes. We each picked two, and I think one of these was left over from the other time. I have taken a liking to this girl here. So, that is that. Yay. Right, so before we get into the main portion of this meal, I would first like to note this. It appears that many people believe that simply saying the word coronavirus or having the title or the words in the title or something makes your videos demonetized. No, that's actually not true. That is not the case. I believe it goes by whatever the person who happens to be reviewing your video decides they want to feel about your video. Why? Because this right here, as you see, great news. After manually reviewing your video, we've determined I guess there's more than one of them, which I highly doubt, but we have determined that it is suitable for all advertisers. Coronavirus, there you go, shows who's relevant to society. Now, if I remember this video correctly, there was a whole hell of a lot of swearing and stuff in this one, but yet it's been determined that it is. Which brings us to the next one. Great news! Blah, 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 blah. Teachings of Plague Inc. I mean, the coronavirus, right. So, then there's this one. Same coronavirus. When it's all over, kings and pawns. Right? So, the video is not suitable. Now, I believe there was less cursing and swearing in this one. Cursing and swearing, too, the same thing. So I am not sure why this one was not deemed advertiser friendly, but yet the other one that was heavily laden with the choice words was. But yeah. So no, having the title coronavirus or coronavirus in the tags, COVID-19, saying the word coronavirus, you don't have to say anything different. If your stuff is going to get demonetized, it's going to get demonetized regardless. So, there's that. Yeah, there's that. Right. So let's get into one of them, right? So after 9/11, uh, the general public was essentially forced, more or less, to give up privacy for security, right? That pretty much happened after 9/11, where if you didn't have anything to hide, you would have no problem with whoever, especially the government, getting in your business. Now, for most people, they supposedly didn't care. Well, they didn't care, or else a lot more people would be up in arms. But you know what? Why even care anyway? I believe it was, who was it? The Onion News Network, that sometime back made a supposedly satire skit in which they essentially said, you know what was it, the CIA or FBI or something like that? We've been trying to get people's data for years. We've been trying to get people's information, private information. We didn't realize how easy it was to just go to their Facebook, go to their social media pages. Facebook, I believe this thing was old enough so that they used no, not MySpace, Facebook, as an example. Facebook and Twitter and all that stuff, and they got more information from that than they could have ever gotten through warrants and wiretaps and all that crap. Now, this was supposedly satire, right? But let's just be honest, right? So people give up their information anyway. People give up their privacy anyway. Most people do. Not everyone is like me, where, for example, if you see here, you have Kaspersky all over the place right here, checking these links and stuff like that. And that's not even privacy, but for example, also, where is it? Here. These two drives are unlocked, but these two drives that have pretty much all the stuff that I don't need anybody seeing, these things are actually BitLocker encrypted. And for those of you who, yes, I know, it is actually not set to unlock automatically when I start Windows. I have to type in the password each and every time. This third one is just a RAM disk, which I'm finding quite useful despite having an old ancient system with DDR3 memory. This RAM disk is going quite well and helps me, especially when stitching these videos together in Windows Movie Maker. So, again, I'm a computer nerd. I have a IT background and a cybersecurity also background. So I am not the average person, the average layman when it comes to security, right? If you all knew the way I have Firefox here locked down and the way most things don't quite work all that well. See, for example, you have the standard issue no script, right? So just various things, plus a bunch of stuff that I'm not going to bring up here. Point is privacy. Now, this comes from the Stat News. I don't know who they are. I've never heard of them before, but I just typed in "give up privacy after 9/11, what after the coronavirus," and they, I believe, were number one or number two. I can't be the only person wondering this, right? And I'm just going to read this first part here. I didn't read this entire thing because it's rather lengthy, and I'm not going to go through it here. I will have a link, obviously. This is by Casey Ross, National Technology Correspondent. Right, so I'm just going to read this first portion here and go from there. So let's see now. After 9/11, we gave up privacy for security. Will we make the same trade-off after COVID-19? In a span of weeks, the novel coronavirus has turned the nation's roiling health privacy debate on its head. Concerns about what Google and Facebook might be doing with patient-sensitive health information have receded, and instead, Americans are being asked to allow surveillance of their daily movements and contacts, and even their temperature and other physiological changes. By 1 second, You all know that I am having a sip of my drink while I go through this. Moving right along. By tapping into people's phones, oh boy. By tapping into people's phones and medical records, researchers and public health authorities are hoping to more swiftly identify and isolate potentially infected patients and corral a pandemic that is outrunning them despite unprecedented restrictions on daily life. Well, we're going to come back to that. Underscoring the urgency, the federal agency in charge of policing the data breaches is now saying it will back off enforcement of certain privacy rules to make it easier for hospitals and their vendors to share patient medical records with public health officials. Meanwhile, the nation's tech behemoths are collecting health information through COVID-19 symptom checkers. Why are they doing that? Tech is not Facebook is not medical, is not the medical entity. Google is not the medical entity, right? Why are they doing that? This right here is the problem that I see coming over the horizon, and I'm sure I can't be the only one. There's no, I mean, hell, maybe I am one of the smartest people in the room, but I can't be the only smartest person, the only one. Basically, there is no smartest person in the room. There's got to be somebody who's at least equally as smart as I am on this, at least when it comes to this. I cannot be the only one asking this. And obviously I'm not, as we see with this article here. With stat, I don't know who they are, left, right, center, up, down, I don't know, but question is question nonetheless. Data that could prove invaluable to disease trackers when combined with travel and location data from smartphones. Quote, there are times that not using the information that we have is morally hard to defend. And I think this is one of them, said Michelle Mello, a health law professor at Stanford of all places, okay, at Stanford University. Right, you all, I will have a link to this. You can read the rest of this. This is where I see the problem going. See, because we can try to justify, oh my God, you're a conspiracy theorist or whatever, man, they're just trying to help. Yeah, okay, that's nice. The Patriot Act was labeled to us as just trying to help, and Edward Snowden, say what you want about him, I view him as a hero. Let it be known that from that Patriot Act, right, comes far bigger and far worse demons. Bigger, stronger, faster, smarter demons that even the Patriot Act wouldn't allow, right? Okay, so if the Patriot Act and 9/11 led to privacy, technological privacy receding, what could this lead to? I predict this leading to some sort of Metal Gear Solid Fox Die type crap where you can now turn this information. I don't know why, but I sense genetics coming into this down the line based from this. And I sense genetic attacks coming down the line, biogenetic attacks that stemmed from this. This is the early days of that, where no longer will you have to have snipers or something assassinate somebody. You have something knock out their genes and essentially destroy them from the atomic level. That is what why am I sensing that? I don't know. That is just something that I am just sensing in my mind is coming. That is one of the things, right? That and just, well, that's just one, but there's just a lot of other things as well that make me really wary about this. That whole Stellar Wind project that Edward Snowden talked about, I actually need to get his book. I need to order his book and read it. But that whole Stellar Wind project that he came about, yeah, under the guise of, oh, well, we're monitoring everybody's stuff, looking for terrorists and stuff, right? How many terrorists has it found? Did those terrorists have weapons of mass destruction with them? Right? I see this as being a problem. Okay? Just make your damn cure, make your vaccine, test it on it. Don't test that vaccine, your quote unquote vaccine. Don't use Africa as a lab rat. Go use Italy, the one that, apart from the United States, is the worst hit of that thing. Probably on a per capita basis, they are probably still the worst hit, right? Go test the supposed cure on them first. Don't use Africa. Okay? In chess, the pawns go first. Right? So just make your cure and that be that. All this extra stuff that they're holding on to, I find that to be quite interesting. Back to me. So that is just my first thoughts on this one. I'm very weary. I have a bit of notes I've written out, and I'm going to flesh them out. I'm a bit weary of the guise at which they're going to use this global thing to say, hey, we need to have everybody's health system, the health records, just, I mean, hell, they already have your health records. Hell, you draw blood, they have blood samples, fingerprints, and all that stuff. Make do with that then. But what they're trying to propose now, I'm a little weary about that. This could lead to other things, and let's just say I sense evil on the horizon. But you know what? That's me. Right. So then the next order of business is, are people going to go back to normal when this is over? Like when, when this is over, are people going to really go back to normal? Are they going to be able to go back to normal? Now, one of two things can happen, or perhaps maybe there's a range or degree of both happening. One is everybody will be so happy to just get the hell out of their goddamn house. Oh my God, I don't want to, fuck this house, fuck this mortgage, whatever. Fuck this apartment, fuck this rent. I need to get the hell away from here. I'll sleep outside. I'll sleep in my car. Just get me the hell up out of this goddamn house. There could be that, and let's just say the tide's gone way the hell out. Tide comes way the fuck in, where like people are just staying out 24/7, sleeping at work, sleeping in the bars, sleeping at the restaurants, just to not be in their goddamn house because they've been essentially on house arrest. Uh, Effectively, might as well be considered house arrest on a planetary scale this whole time, right? So in that case, hey, my, and then prices are gonna just shoot the fuck up because it's like, all this demand and probably not enough supply initially. Price is gonna skyrocket on everything, and then it's gonna quickly come down. The next order of business is people are gonna be scared the fuck out their minds. It's like, yo, wait a minute, hold on, this thing can fuck us up. So many people walking around this bitch without showing any symptoms, but they're the ones that are passing this on to other people that it does show up and it kicks their ass and kills them. And all this stuff that we've been doing for what, over a month now is just supposed to go away. We're just supposed to go back to pre-coronavirus days. Less than 6 feet. All of a sudden now we're touching everything, touching this, touching that, and going into bars, getting shit faced and all that stuff, and restaurants and stuff, and packed up and all that. Being on cruise ships, planes, trains, and automobiles. All of a sudden we're just supposed to go back to that now? Are you sure this vaccine worked? Are you sure this shit is gone? Like polio is gone? Like that's the second one. Is this really going to, are people really going to be when we're finally let out of the cage, are you going to be able to go outside the cage and go back to functioning? I don't think anybody's really asking this question, and I think they should. It's just like, how well is this going to? How well is this? Well, are we ever going to get back to what we had before? Let's just say a cure comes and kills everything. All who are immune, all who aren't, all who got affected by it already hit with it and they're suffering. Okay, it cures them and now they're immune and yay. What's to stop something else to get cooked up from China, because they don't seem to be really all that interested in fucking cleanliness. I mean, Jesus Christ. India, from what I understand, is the most populated country on the planet, and Delhi is the most populated city in the most populated country. And India is kind of known for not having the best of sanitation, right? And even they aren't churning out diseases the way China is. Yo, China. Do whatever the hell kind of feng shui you need to. Unleash the dragon on that shit. Yeah. But you need to do something about that. So, I don't know. I'm a little weary of that. But I'm just really kind of wondering, are people going to be okay going back out when they're told, okay, coast is clear, I don't know. I don't know. And even when they go back out, what the fuck are they going back out to? How many people don't have jobs? How many people, how many businesses had to close down or whatever? Gee, oh, God. Then these loans. So the government gets money from the people, taxpayers, my tax dollars. Said taxpayers have no jobs to generate taxes. And the jobs that are no longer there need to get bailed out in the form of government loans. Yo. So A needs to eat B, B needs to eat C, C needs to eat A. Yeah. Okay. All right. Let us see, as they say in chess, as we say, as I say in chess. Let us see who wins on this exchange. Yeah. Yeah, so this actually ties into, or not ties into, but goes off what I said earlier. Essentially trusting these people, privacy, security, and all that business, right? Basically, can we trust these people? These people, who are these people? You people. What you mean, you people? These people, trusted sources, credentialed experts, a reputable source, reputable. Okay, .gov. Okay, all right. Can we actually trust these people? Do these people know what the fuck they are talking about? I actually made a video about it, and on my way to work, and because this RAM disk is only 4 gigabytes, because I'm using the free one, I haven't paid for it yet. It's the Radeon program. AMD, which is actually somebody else's stuff rebranded. And my phone records in 4K, right? So it pretty much, in like a couple of minutes, blasted past 4 gigabytes. So I'm actually essentially redoing that thing now. And that is this. On that ride, I was actually listening to the classical station 90.9, or 88.9 in Frederick, 90.9 in the DC metro area, all right? And in the news, on one of the days, a couple of days back, it was a break for news, and the news said that new CDC guidelines have come out, and this is in an attempt to help prevent so many essential workers from having to go home, right? Having to stay home and not be able to work. And those guidelines were that if you've been exposed to somebody who has the coronavirus, you are able to continue working, right? Continue whatever, provided you don't have any symptoms and you wear a mask. Actually, I don't even think they had masks at that time. You don't show any symptoms and you routinely get your temperature taken. And I heard that and I immediately lost it. Why? Okay. Hasn't it been these same experts, this whole staying the fuck home, isn't it all based off the fact that, number one, you're supposedly trying to stop this thing from spreading, okay. And number two, people that have it and don't show any symptoms are the ones passing it on to other people who maybe do not have as good an immune system, or they just suck for whatever reason, they suck because they're old, suck because they have a pre-existing condition, suck for whatever reason, and are going to get fucked up by this thing and die. Yet the CDC, credentialed experts with their scientists and the science, and onus is on you, no evidence, spaghetti monster, and all that business, right? They're now saying, after all of what they've been telling us this whole time before, they are now saying new guidelines. And are these guidelines based on science or based on whatever? No, it's based on, we need to keep more of these people working. What the fuck? And that pretty much leads me to exactly what I was saying in the opening part of this segment, chapter, whatever I'm going to call this piece of the video. Can these people be trusted? Do they really know what the fuck they're talking about? For example, this Fushi guy, whatever the hell his name is, that's always on there. I'm like, why the hell is that man not in a dungeon lab somewhere with his team banging out a fucking... Why is he always on TV rehashing the same shit 10 different ways, 10 different times, telling us what we already know? Giving us updates on shit we either don't care about, already know, or could have figured out on our own. No, it's like, no. The only two times that you need to be on TV is, number one, okay, this thing is a virus. It's not a bacteria, it's not a fungus, it's a virus. Do this stuff to help defend against it while we sit here and work on the cure in these labs. The only other time we need to hear from this dude, or anybody for that matter, freaking Sanjay Gupta, when was the last time he touched any kind of medical anything? Med school? Really? Him, I guess maybe the right-wing version of him, I guess Dr. Oz now, I think. I think they have some kind of thing going on where Dr. Oz is essentially on the right now and he's on the left with Anderson Cooper, right? When was the last time they touched a damn stethoscope? It's kind of like with Bill Gates. When the hell was the last time that motherfucker wrote a lick of goddamn code? Like what, 1990 maybe? 89? Like, get out of here, right? So this Fauci guy, the only other time he should have been on TV is, hey, here's the cure, come get some of this business, and that be that. Do these people know what the hell is going on? It is amazing to me how these experts, for something that is supposedly also unprecedented, never seen before supposedly, oh my god, this is very interesting. There are so many experts and people who talk at length as though they're God and they made this thing. And nobody knows what the fuck they're talking about. And now the CDC is telling us, for the essential people, it's okay for you to still go around and associate with people, just as long as you don't show any symptoms and you take your temperature regularly. completely going back on everything you just said, in effect, in logic, even if you're not literally saying that, in logic and effect, you're going back on everything, which is, hey, you need to go and social distance yourself, quarantine your ass for like, what, 14 days, right? If you suspect you're even been exposed. Now, hey, if you don't show any symptoms, you can still go back out there. I'll give you all an example of something, right? Why trusting on, well, first of all, it's a logic or argumentative fallacy to trust on credentials and all that stuff, right? But apart from that, I'll give you all an example. Lawyers, right? Not lawyers themselves, but hear me out on this. Lawyers. For example, Science Kirk and Miles. If you have a job, if you have a phone, you have a lawyer. I remember them from the 90s when they had that 90s commercial with a hammer. Yeah, right? Always going on about, oh my God, have you been affected by mesothelioma? You may be entitled to compensation. This mesothelioma from whatever the hell, right? Not even just that, but just anything else that they want to say, hey, have you been wrongfully this and wrongfully that, or blah, 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 blah. You may be entitled to money. Come get us. They're sitting here trying to sue people, entities, organizations, whatever, over stuff that the credentialed experts at one point said was okay. How many medicines out there are fucking people up, but the, what was it, FDA or something, approved it based off scientific peer-reviewed journal entry, whatever, from these organizations, CDC and whoever else, right? They approved it. Now, years, maybe even decades later, oh, they had to recall it. Didn't the science say it was okay? They have to now recall this thing. And now you got lawyers like Science Kirk and fucking Miles now talking about, if you have a phone, you have a lawyer. Call us now, Science and Kirk. By the way, you all motherfuckers owe me a check for that. No, no, but like, do these experts know what the fuck they're talking about? This is where you get the people that may be a little weary of science. And I'm not saying, oh, I'll just pray, I don't need your man stuff. No. But it's just, you scientific and atheists along with it, but we'll leave out theists, atheists now. The scientific world, scientific community, you people, right, that pervade that realm, you like to talk at length as though you are God about shit that you really don't have any fuck all idea about. And you really need to fucking stop with that. You really do. Okay? The amount of experts on this coronavirus thing that is supposed to be oh so novel, oh so novel, oh so never been seen before. This variant at the very least. But I'm willing to bet somebody has written a bunch of books on this thing already. Y'all need to stop. You really do. Because this is what's going to make people not trust the the scientific medical world as much as maybe they should. Not completely. You never trust science completely. And the people, especially the people, considering they need funding, they need stuff, and they need to produce results. And if it's to be serious, strictly speaking, science, it's not just a linear thing where, hey, you do this for X amount of time, you're going to get a result. No. There are scientists, there are people of science that go their entire fucking lives, don't come up with anything, and their entire finite life, because chances are they don't believe in the afterlife, right? Their entire finite life is a fucking waste. They come to a complete brick wall after 50, 60, 70, 80 years of research. You don't think that they might cook the books a little bit and peer review and all that shit be fucking damned? Never trust anything, especially science, 100%. Science and the scientific community. Having said that, yo, scientific community, is this thing on? You all need to stop acting as though you all were the creators of this thing, so you know of this or anything else, so much so that you know everything there is to know. You don't. You don't. And just say so. Don't be on TV every fucking day rehashing the same thing as though you're saying anything salient or anything new. It gets annoying. It gets annoying. Anyway. This is obviously the very next day because there's more light, whatever. I picked this up, Friday? It's now Sunday. I picked this up Friday. Just used it for the first time. And boy, is it nice. It is nice. Very nice. Anyway, my two favorite stores, Micro Center and Harbor Freight. Anyway, that's enough of that. So this now comes to the last point that I have here, and you saw the subtitle of it, and yeah, pretty much. I mean, let's be honest now. Like, what happened to stay in your lane, worry about yourself, survival of the fittest, pull yourself up by your own bootstraps and all that shit? You know, mind your own business, rugged individual. What happened to all of that just now? See, that is what people for the longest time have been taught, especially in the Western world, at the very least in the Western world, especially America. That is what we've been told. We've been taught, right? If you worry about yourself only, you're selfish. But if you don't worry about yourself, you're not staying in your lane, mind your own business. Who are you to judge? What's it to you? It's not hurting you and all that crap. So where's all of that now? And everybody wants these bailouts too. This bailout money. Who was it that just took some bailout money? Was it Citigroup or something like that? No. I don't think it was a bank. It was somebody just took some bailout money, and after taking that bailout money, is still going to lay off a shit ton of people. And that is surprising to anyone. Okay. But hey. Now everyone is going to need taxpayer dollars. My tax dollars. Everyone is going to need taxpayer dollars to get out of this crap. What happened to sink or swim, survival of the fittest? Where is all of that? I find it quite interesting that everybody now is asking for help. Nobody's talking any of that rugged individual, sink or swim, pull yourself up by your own bootstraps foolishness. Everybody is looking to the government for help, which is quite interesting considering Trump was the same as saying, hey, you know what, like, figure it out on your own. Like, don't ask me. That is in line with what everybody was saying before this happened. You know, nobody saved up for a rainy day, or in this case, a global fucking flood, so to speak. Huh? If you die, you die. Why is nobody taking that stance now? Now all of a sudden it's, oh my God, think about other people. Oh my God, you're affecting other people. Fuck you as long as I'm good. Can we go back to that mentality of sink or swim, survival of the fittest, and all that business, rugged individual, this and that? When the coast is clear, can we go back to that? Or is everybody going to look at everyone else like a fucking hypocrite? Like, come on now. When it comes to sinking or swimming, and everybody's sinking, all of a sudden everybody needs a fucking lifeline. Everybody needs a life raft. I find that to be quite interesting and quite hypocritical of damn near everybody. Now, take me. Hey, you all are giving out the money. I'm going to take it. But Here's the difference between me and you, why I get to talk all this shit. I didn't ask for this money. Between me and my girl here, even by ourselves, both of us make enough to where we can survive on our own, much less put together. We don't need it. We're doing just fine surviving and thriving without any government trinkets of what, $1,200 per person? You know, sink or swim, hey, we're swimming. Think about yourself, survival of the fittest, stay in your lane. Okay, we're staying in our lane, and right now, the lane for us is a 64-lane highway, and we're the only two people on it. So, you know, I find it quite interesting that nobody's talking all that worry about yourself, stay in your lane shit now, when the entire fucking planet is on fire. And let's just be honest, not everybody can be saved. Not everybody could be saved when Noah was trying to warn the people. Not everybody can be saved when Jesus was here. Not everybody can be saved now. Some people are going to die. And I mean more than the people that are already dying, right? So, why should I worry about you? Why should I worry about you? And that's a very direct, straightforward question that I want everybody to answer, right? Especially all you sink or swim types, don't ask for a handout, don't ask for a bailout, figure it out on your own, think on your feet, hit the ground running, all that shit. What are you saying now? Everybody seems to be asking for some form or fashion of socialism right now. Nobody's talking that individual, rugged individual shit. I wonder why. Huh. Anyway, just a quick thought of mine. I would like to know who the hell. I forgot the name of the entity, the organization, but it wasn't a bank this time, and I don't think it was auto. I forgot who it was, but somebody just took a shit ton of money, taxpayer money, and still is laying off a shit ton of people. Like we haven't seen that before. Anyway, that's that. Your thoughts, please. Thank you. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, we can. Yeah. This is probably the tail end, but let's be honest. I can talk about my friends, quote unquote friends, all I want. But truth be fucking told, I need my goddamn weights, man. I'm getting fat. Like, I am now 355 pounds even. 5 pounds less than what I was at my highest weight ever in my life. I need my fucking weights. Like, I need to go get a home gym or something. And truth be told, I don't even need all that much. I just what, a squat rack, a squat cage, whatever the hell it is, an Olympic bar set with, well, let's see now. The most I do is 600 pounds with the deadlifts, 500 with the squat. Obviously, I'm gonna have to build back up to that. And just a bench with adjustable thing, and that's it. You know, that's really all I need. I don't need treadmill. I don't need any of that stuff. I need my fucking weights. This is nuts, man. I need my goddamn weights. Okay, calisthenics, yeah, fuck all that, man. I'm through. When was the last time you saw somebody 355 pounds doing calisthenics, huh? Once you motherfuckers start bringing up all kinds of video evidence, fuck y'all, man. Fuck all that calisthenics, strength yoga, stretching. Yeah, yes, I'm sorry, all you calisthenics people out there, freaking, what was it, calisthenics movement or fitness or whatever it is, with the German dude with the bald guy looking like he's fresh from Prometheus. But yeah, I want my weights. I want my squats. I want my deadlifts, overhead press, bench, bent rows. I want my squats, man. I want my weights. God damn. This shit's pissing me off. Damn. I need my fucking weights. Yeah, shit. Damn, where's the rum gone? Ah, fuck. Alright, well, I guess that's the end of this video. Later.